Hey, welcome back everybody. You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. My name's Casey, and today is June 26th, 2017. It's Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Today's video, I wanted to concentrate on a subject for all my Bitcoin fans and investors out there, and it's an article about Bitcoin. Now, this is from Quora Digest, and it was written by Zaylen Jacobson, studies at Babson College for 2021. The title of the article here is, Does it still make any sense to buy Bitcoins in 2017? And according to Zaylen, he says yes. Buy as many as you can as soon as you can. That's his response. Let me break down the future of Bitcoin around the globe. So what he's doing here is he's breaking it down for you by country. I'll just read over the article here for you. So in Australia, Bitcoin will be treated as money by July 1st of 2017 and will be exempt from goods and services tax, GST. Bitcoin traders and investors will not be taxed for purchasing and selling Bitcoin through regulated exchanges and trading platforms. So starting July 1st, double taxation in trading in goods and services taxation on Bitcoin will be exempted. The Australian government wrote, and this quote, "The government will make it easier for new innovative digital currency businesses to operate in Australia. From the 1st of July 2017, purchases of digital currency will no longer be subject to the GST, allowing digital currencies to be treated just like money for GST purposes. Currently, consumers who use digital currencies can effectively bear GST twice, once on the purchase of the digital currency and once again on its use in exchange for other goods and services subject to the GST. So he says expect a surge of Bitcoin usage in Australia because of this. Then you got Russia. A year ago, Russia's finance ministry was threatening jail time to anyone using digital currencies. Does that sound familiar? Especially with like the legislation they're trying to push through here in the U.S. But as of recent, Deputy Finance Minister Alex Moiseev said in an interview that the authorities hope to recognize Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in 2018 as they seek to enforce rules against illegal transfers. Another major market open, he says again, expect a surge of Bitcoin usage in Russian as well. You got Africa, basically saying Africa is it's ripe for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. As of today, there are more than 1,000 merchants accepting Bitcoin in South Africa alone. Adewale Bankole, president of the Bastiat Society and Humanic ambassador of Nigeria, stated that Africa is an emerging market with lots of opportunities, and people have been failed time over time by fiat money that doesn't hold value. When asked if Africa had a lot to offer for Bitcoin, Bankole answered, yes, the market is here for cryptocurrencies in Africa. Africa has lots to offer Bitcoin and other cryptos, simply because Africa needs an alternative to the weak and not always available fiat money. All products of cryptocurrencies will be well embraced if promoted in Africa. And do you believe Africans would embrace Bitcoin if the necessary awareness is created? Bankole then goes on to say, absolutely, once they see it works, Africans really want something that works with value. The missing link here is the awareness about the technology. The infrastructure is there, with the average African owning a smartphone, and the people are ready. If the proper promotion can take place, expect a surge of Bitcoin usage in Africa as well. And as you've heard me talk before in some of my other videos, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But I talk about how the UN and you had the enterprise, the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance (EEA), who are getting together and building out infrastructure projects for payment systems. Here over the next 5 to 10 years. and eventually that's what they want to aim to do, is get the infrastructure in place so that people like the average African owning a smartphone, um, are ready and can go ahead and start using it. Then you have Japan. On April 1st, 2017, Japan passed to accept Bitcoin as a legal payment method. Days after, two major Japanese retailers partnered with Japanese Bitcoin exchanges to start accepting the digital currency for payments. So Japan's already doing this, guys. BIC Camera, or Bic Camera, a major consumer electronics retail chain in Japan, partnered with the Bitcoin exchange BitFlyer. Recruit Lifestyle, the retail support arm of human resources conglomerate Recruit Holdings, partnered with the Bitcoin exchange CoinCheck. According to the Nikkei Asian Review, 4,500 stores in Japan currently accept Bitcoin as payments. CoinCheck claims that their partnership with the Recruit Lifestyle will add 260,000 more stores that accept Bitcoins, speculatively, by this summer. So it's kind of a speculation there on that number for the amount of stores that are going to accept Bitcoin, but at least they've got a figure there. They expect a continued surge in Bitcoin usage in Japan as the cryptocurrency becomes more practical for everyday use. China. Here we're going to talk about China real quick. In February of this year, the People's Bank of China came down on the three largest Bitcoin exchanges, BTC China, OK Coin, and I don't know how you pronounce this, but Huobi, 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 in response to what it perceived as potential violations of various anti-money laundering rules. This placed a 4-month freeze on withdrawals from the Bitcoin exchanges and thus halted the exchange of Bitcoin in China. However, on June 5th, 2017, withdrawals were resumed. Many analysts attribute the 12% spike in Bitcoin price over the past week to the news from China. As the Chinese are now allowed to exchange the cryptocurrencies again, they're saying expect a surge of Bitcoin usage in China as well. Then, last but not least, you got United States here. Bitcoin is becoming increasingly accepted. The US dollar currently makes up for 46% of Bitcoin exchange volume by currency, far greater than any other country. With that said, it is exciting to think what would happen if Bitcoin were to be legalized in the US, and we are making steps in that direction. On September 17th, 2015, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, classified Bitcoin as a commodity. So baby steps, in this direction. But as the world adopts Bitcoin and it becomes easier to use in the global market, along with some political or economic instability in the U.S., they expect a surge in Bitcoin usage in the United States as well. They're talking about global political or economic instability, especially in the U.S. here, and we haven't really seen a whole lot yet. But just as of Friday, Italy's banks started, tumbling downhill and going into some bankruptcy issues. I think it was Banca Popular, and there was another one. I'll shoot a video on that at a later time. But there's two banks in Italy that are going through the proceedings for bankruptcy right now. And according to the Prime Minister there in Italy, they were asking him if they were going to do some type of a bailout for the banks, and he said no. So I don't know if that is a hint at, they're going to look at doing bail-ins. But he specifically said something about the depositors wouldn't have a thing to worry about. And it's funny he said that. No worry, depositors, your money's safe. I don't believe that for 1 second. I call bullshit. So it'll be interesting to see what they do as far as bail-ins on that. But that's kind of off the subject here. I just want to throw that out there real quick. So continuing here, if you haven't yet gotten the message, what I'm saying is this. Expect a continued surge of Bitcoin usage around the globe. One analyst even believes that Bitcoin will reach 100,000 per coin, and here he explains how. K. Van Peterson of Saxo Bank, the man who predicted that Bitcoin would reach 2,000 per coin, assumes, and I say he assumes, okay, that in 10 years, cryptocurrencies in general, not just Bitcoin, will account for 10% of the average daily volumes of fiat currency trading in 10 years. Foreign exchange, ADV, currently stands, and I say ADV, I mean average daily volume here. So the foreign exchange average daily volume currently stands at just over $5 trillion. According to the Bank of International Settlements, um, they say that 10% of 5 trillion would be a $500 billion cryptocurrency market. 10% of 5 trillion would be a 500 billion cryptocurrency market. Okay? If Bitcoin were to be 35% of that 500 billion cryptocurrency market, so we're just talking about Bitcoin here, if it were to be 35% of that 500 billion, this would mean that 175 billion worth of Bitcoin would be traded every day. All right? Van Peterson implies that Bitcoin's market capitalization would be 10 times the average daily volume, lending to a figure of around 1.75 trillion for the market cap. In 10 years, he believes there will be roughly 17 million Bitcoin in circulation. Now, I find that number very interesting because in some of my other videos, I talk about how Bitcoin is only allowed, there's a limit on how many Bitcoin are out there, and I believe it's 21 million. And currently, we have around 16 million. So he's saying basically he believes there's only going to be roughly 17 million Bitcoin in circulation, up from the current 16.3 million. So I was right on that number, around 16 million that are in circulation today. So that's not really a big jump in the supply of Bitcoin in a 10-year time frame. So we're going from 16.3 million in circulation today, and he's saying it's only going to be roughly 17 million in circulation. So if the potential 17 million Bitcoins is divided by the 1.75 trillion market cap estimate, then each Bitcoin would be worth just over $100,000. So that's the article for you guys. I'll leave a link in the description for you so you can go read it for yourself. But it's very interesting, and you know, the question of does it still make any sense to buy Bitcoins in 2017? And he says yes. I would have to 100% agree with him on this. So if you think Bitcoin's in a bubble right now, think again, okay? Because countries are starting to adopt this. Again, it's in its infancy phase right now, or its infancy phase, and I think here in just the next 5 years, when they start getting some of this infrastructure built out for some of these payment systems, you're going to see Bitcoin, make some massive surges upwards from where it's at right now. Because I don't think we've seen anything yet as far as where this price can go. I mean, right now, as of today, I believe Bitcoin. Here, let's just look it up real quick. I believe Bitcoin at the current moment. We'll just look up the price. Bitcoin at the current moment is $2,454.97, and that's at 8:36 in the morning, June 26th, 2017. So I don't think we've seen anything yet. Could it go to 10,000 or 13,000 here sometime by December of, I'm talking this year? And the reason why I ask that question and I throw that date out there is because Cliff High is saying so. If you don't know who Cliff High is, go check him out. He's got some reports on cryptocurrencies that are just freaking accurate as hell. And, he works off data sets and programming and stuff like that. But check out Cliff High because he's got some interesting stuff in his data sets from these web bots that are running on the internet. And his web bots are saying something around 13,000 for Bitcoin. Now, is that realistic? I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. But according to this article here, it makes sense. Could it see that price? Absolutely. But that's all I have for today. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Go ahead and give it a like and share it with others. And again, guys, these are today's investors investing tips. You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. And remember, Income is the outcome. I'll talk to you later.